You clicked on this video today because the video is talking about proving yourself to other people. And you're probably struggling with trying to prove yourself to other people. And today I want to be able to free you from the problem or the feeling of having to prove yourself to people who doubted you in the past, or having to prove something to yourself, or prove something to your family, or prove something to, anybody. Take me, for example. I'm making this YouTube channel, right? Like, I've been on this grind where I'm making 100 YouTube videos. Like, the whole idea of this channel right now is to just start with making 100 YouTube videos and go from there. And, my favorite topics to talk about are motivation and business, because that's where my career sits. I've built a life for myself out of watching motivational, disciplined videos. I have built a business for myself. And, I have people in my comments all the time who are like, oh, who are you to say, this and that about business? You have no business, you have no success. And, I don't need to prove anything to anybody. Like, it doesn't matter to me what other people think about me. You know what I mean? And this video, obviously it's not about me, it's about you. And I just want to, walk you through the idea of why you shouldn't care about what other people think about you, and why you should excel and, continue at the grind no matter what anybody says, or no matter what anybody thinks that, you should be doing, or how you should be improving, or anything like that. The problem with the society we live in today is that everybody is posting like snapshots of their life that are their highlight reels, right? And unfortunately, so many people out there are fakers and liars and posers that it's hard to tell like who's actually legit and who's not. So what I want you to do is just let go of the thought of what other people are doing. Let go of the comparison between yourself and other people. Let go of your problems of, this guy is, doing better than me, or this guy is out here talking about this, like, where is his credibility? You know what I mean? You don't know somebody's story, and you don't know somebody's life. And for all you know, somebody could be out flexing daddy's money. Somebody could be out, flexing a fake business that they don't own, or flexing anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to just turn your life into a highlight reel online that everyone's constantly doubting each other. Everyone's constantly feeling behind. Everyone's constantly comparing themselves to each other. What I want you to do instead is just let go of that thing and focus on your own journey. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what other people are doing, and it doesn't matter what other people think about you. You know what I mean? And like, that's like me personally, like the whole point of this channel. Like, the people who know me are going to watch this, and they're probably, going to cringe and think that it's stupid and get upset because I'm, making YouTube videos about business and, personal development. I don't care. You know what I mean? And this should be something for you to take in, that you shouldn't care. Like, go and do what you want to do, no matter what anybody tells you you should or shouldn't do. And don't feel like you have some sort of imposter syndrome over, people around you saying like, oh, who are you to start a business? Or who are you to start a TikTok account or start a YouTube channel? Who cares? Like, who cares, dude? Focus on your own life. You know what I mean? And that's the only way that you're really going to be able to improve, is by letting go of the comparison between you and other people, letting go of the, oh, I'm embarrassed because this person is younger than me and they, are doing more than me. Like, how does that contribute to your life? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't. It doesn't contribute to your life. It doesn't contribute to your story. It doesn't matter. Instead, I want you to lift up the people around you. I want you to pour into the people around you, because that's the way that you're going to actually build yourself up. I mean, in the end of the day, like, let's be real. If you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, you're constantly getting upset because someone's, starting a business or starting a YouTube channel or trying to do something better for themselves, like, you're only going to hurt your own ego. You're only going to hurt yourself personally. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to gain anything out of talking, down on somebody else. You're not going to gain anything from hating on people. And it's like, you know, what's the diff? And like personally, I don't care, right? Especially when people hate on me online. Like I want people to hate on me online because it adds to the algorithm. So people will continue to, you know, push my content forward by reacting to it. So, you know, personally, I don't care. If anything, I want it. But like, if there's something that I could say to you and you're watching this and you're like so worried about comparing yourself to other people, you're so worried about like, you know, proving something to somebody around you, just stop. You know what I mean? You are your only competitor. Like you are the only person that's standing in the way between you and your own success. Nobody else is standing in between you and your own success. And the moment that you realize that and you let go of the fear of other people, you know, rejecting you or thinking that what you're doing is embarrassing or, you know, thinking that you need to prove yourself, that's the moment where you can really start to actually improve because you're not trying to do it for some stupid reason. Like, do it because you want to do it. You know what I mean? Do it because it makes you happy. Do it because improving yourself is something that you want to do as a long-term goal. Don't go and reflect your emotions on other people. You know what I mean? Because people like me, like I said, it doesn't matter, but you could be the last, you know, the last nail in the coffin for somebody. Like you could say something rude and you can completely ruin their whole life. And like, you know, it all sounds like, you know, silly and fun to be like a keyboard warrior, but in the end of the day, like, do you really want to hurt somebody like that? Like, seriously. I mean, if you're a serial killer, fine. You know what I mean? But if you're a regular human being who just wants to lift up others around them and be lifted up in return, then, you know, work with others, make other people feel good, pour into others, and don't take away from people's stories. Don't try and discredit people for the life that they want to live. And you personally, don't feel discredited if somebody comes at you. You know what I mean? Don't get this imposter syndrome like, who am I to do this or who am I to do that? You are whatever you want to be, whenever you want to be it, however you want to be it. And that's the bottom line. You know what I mean? So you don't have to prove yourself to anybody around you. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone who's doubted you in the past. The only person that you have anything to prove to is yourself. You just need to prove to yourself that you did it, because in the end of the day, if you don't do the work, or if you slack on your own life, or if you give up on yourself, the only person that you're really gonna hurt is you. You know what I mean? You're the person that's gonna know in the end of the day if you didn't do the work, if you could have done more, if you know, took the shortcut. You're the one that's gonna hurt from that. So, you know, that's my rant for today. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And I make videos like this every single day, and I post them every single day. So if you like this kind of stuff and you want to be lifted up by people around you and you also want to lift others up, then subscribe to my channel and like this video and stop trying to prove yourself to everybody around you. Start proving something to yourself. Start living your own story. Start being your own person. Stop comparing yourself to other people. And that way you could finally be freed from all the BS of, you know, social media and life and highlight reels online when everybody's just trying to make it by and, you know, be their own success. So until next time, have a great day.